this guy that works in this company and apparently have been working in video games for like 20 or 30 years doesn't understand how this is a massive advantage, brother. You have to be or an idiot to not know it, or you are being disingenuous and just ignoring the topic on purpose, brother. Hey guys, today I want to talk about the hot topic that is going around Diablo 4 right now, and it is regarding the review version that was given to some players and to, of course, newsletter website and yes, game reviewers per se, you know, like magazines or whatever, to review the game. And a lot of content creators got access to this version of the game for like a week or two, I don't know, and they are right now under an NDA, and the NDA is going to get lifted on the 30th of this month, so in a couple of days, and they will be able to talk about everything in there. So this is a hot topic because of several reasons. One of the reasons is that some people are mad that some people have access to the full game before everybody else, just per se, you know, because this creates a lot of problems regarding, for example, solving the game before the game is launched, you know, like day one, before the game even releases in early access, you will have guides with what is the best build, what is the best leveling build, what class is the best class, and all the stuff like that, because these people already sold this in a closed beta, you know. This is one of the problems that is there. The other problem that is there is that Blizzard announced an event where the first 1,000 people that reach 100 level on hardcore are going to get their names inscribed in a Lilith statue or something like that, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So a lot of people want to compete in that. So it is you can argue that the people that had access to this closed version, review version, closed beta, whatever, have an advantage. So I want to address both of these issues. Let's tackle the first one first, you know. Like, is it a problem that some people have access to the game just because? I'll be honest. I am pissed off about this in one lane, and in the other lane, I don't give a fuck. For example, a lot of people will say, yes, but these versions of the game have always been available to review magazines and websites or whatever, because, well, they review the game and they want to have the review out on day one. So developer companies gives this version to these news outlets so they are able to do this. And I will say, yes, that is true. That has always been like this. But this time it is also different because they also gave it to content creators. And what is going to happen is that the content that these two media sources put out is going to be vastly different, because what you will read from something like PC Gamer or IGN or something like those websites is a proper review of the game. They are going to tell you, well, the story is cool, the gameplay is fun, we didn't like this system, we like this other stuff. They are going to give a general review of the game. But what the content creator does, when you give this build to a nerd, brother, to a theory crafter, what these people do, and they are content creators, they want to generate clicks, they want to generate views, they want to generate subscribers. What do? They solve the meta game. They give you information that you won't find anywhere else on day one. So first of all, this creates a problem. First, solve meta game when the game isn't even released, removing the excitement of exploring a new game, you know. Day one, you know what is the best leveling build. Day one, you know what is the best leveling class. Yes, you could argue that it is not that big of a deal. You could not care about any of this and just play the game. That is what I am going to do. I don't give a fuck about what these people say, because I am going to play a druid and I already know what build I am going to play, and it doesn't matter whatever the fuck they say on the 30th of May, because it isn't going to change that fact. But that is just me. I can think about the whole of the game and less over a game like Diablo that is collective. It is not an MMO, but there is a lot of people in there and you can see other people around. And there is a proper competition for it. We are going to get to that point in a bit. I can think of the game about that, like that, because there is a lot of people which whose this affect. So other people might follow whatever content creators tell them when the NDA gets lifted, you know. So yes, it creates kinda a weird atmosphere around the game. For example, I don't like when there is other stuff in games like WoW where the patch is sent out and you already know the story, everything was data mined, you already know what the bosses do, you already know everything, and the game isn't out yet. I hate it. I don't think it is fun, and I try to not pay attention to that, but I can't control the whole community, brother. The community does whatever they want, so I don't like this type of things. So again, I am not advocating for not giving the review access to review websites, because I know what type of content they are going to put out. But for content creators, they are going to put content that I don't judge them for. They are doing whatever they want to do. I am not judging the content creators. Don't ever think that, because if I had access, I will do it too. You have access, you do whatever you can, you put out videos taking advantage of that opportunity. What else are you going to do, brother? But I don't think that Blizzard should have done it in the first place. Don't hate the player, brother, hate the game. So what I think this creates is an aura of, we know a lot of the game before the game releases, which is not fun, let's be honest. It removes a lot of the exploration. Of course, maybe they are not 100% because they have access to the game for a little bit and there is more stuff to explore in the actual launch. Yes, probably, and it is not the same, and this happened for developers too, like that 100 dudes test the game or theory craft the game, and when the game has opens up and it has the big influx of millions of players, that is when the real theory craft happens, and the high mind of the player base comes to the real meta game, you know. And it is not the same that these dudes thought that is what it was going to be. I know this happens too, but at the same time, it's like a step forward that shouldn't exist in the first place, at least in my opinion. Is this game breaking? It isn't. If you want to enjoy the game, not looking at any of this, you can completely do it, and it won't even matter, brother. It won't matter, and I believe that it won't matter for me either. I will just play the game and everything will be fine. But I just think it is kind of fucked up that this happens, and it isn't only in Diablo 4, it happens in a lot of places. And as a content creator, I can say that I wouldn't like to have access to that bullshit. I didn't even knew that existed. I only started covering Diablo 4 recently, so I don't exist in the Diablo 4 radar of content creators. So whatever. I probably didn't even deserve to be there, to be honest, because of that, because I am new in Diablo 4. But at the same time, of course, I would have wanted to be there, and the fact that it existed and I wasn't there, it makes me resented, brother. It makes me resented. I have to be honest with you guys. You guys know that I am honest. But yes, that is for the first part. It is not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. I don't like it, but it won't hit my enjoyment of the game. Everything will be fine, brother. But then we come to the second thing that the community is pissed about, brother. And it is because this is regarding the competition that is going on with the first 1,000 people that get to level 100 in hardcore, because they are going to get their name engraved in a Lilith statue or something like that. So people are taking this seriously. Now, if you are going to make this competition, you have to assume that people that had access to the full game for 1 week or 2 games have an advantage. Because, brother, they know what is going on. They know what is the best build, or a good build, at least a better understanding of the game than what you have. They know what to expect. They know the boss's mechanics. They will die less. All this stuff, they have a lot of stuff to do. that they know that you don't know, so they have a no use advantage in this competition. So people are asking, don't let these people compete in this, or delay the competition until season 1. And you know what? I agree with this take. These people have an obvious advantage, brother. Then you present a race, a competition that people want it to be fair, because this is only one opportunity you have to do this. I'll be honest, I won't compete for this. I don't think I am. I am going to play hardcore, but I don't think I will be one of the first 1,000 people that will get there, brother. So I am not pressured about this. But I do think that it is cool that this event exists, and I think that we should preserve the fairness of this competition, right? So if you are going to let people that have experience with the game compete in this, it is totally unfair, brother. It is totally unfair. Like, it is like going to play not even knowing the rules of the game, and the other dude knows. It is fucked up. It is fucked up however you think about it, brother. So again, don't let these people compete in this, or just delay the event. Delay it by a month, delay it to the first season, delay it by a couple of weeks. Whatever you want to do it, you have these options to create a fair competition. But then there are two problems that arise from this too. This is a branching problem. The first of those is, let's say they ban these people from competing in the event. They don't allow them. Okay, everything is fine, right? Well, not really, because do you remember that there are people that can buy an early access version of the game where you will have 4 days of advantage over people that didn't pay $20 more, because the game costs $70, but if you pay $90, you have 4 days of early access. And I know it because I bought the $90 one to be able to have 4 days of early access. I fell for it like an idiot, because this is obviously a trap, and I know it, and I fell for it knowingly, you know. Well, whatever. So before we said, oh, who cares? This is not a season. The season will be in July, almost on August. Who cares? Well, now that you present this competition, it matters, because the people that pay for the early access obviously have an advantage, and this is a paid advantage. So we are entering the realm of pay to win. This is literally pay to win. If you pay $20 more than the other people, you have 4 days of head start to be able to compete for the level 100 hardcore Lilith bullshit. It is pay to win, my brother. That is pay to win however you spin it, my dude. So this is a controversial topic that I haven't seen going around that much, and I think, why aren't people talking about this, brother? Because I think it is because the debate about early access was settled long ago. Oh, it didn't matter, but it should come up again with this competition that they are doing, right? So the other problem is, and I am going to show you right now, check this out. The other problem is, my brother, that Rod Ferguson, one of the lead people in the Diablo 4 team, said when he was asked about that it is not fair that this competition is like this, they said, can we talk about those same creators competing in the race event you guys announced? This gives an extreme unfair advantage. This is not a new season. Setting a precedent of unfair advantages is not a good look. I agree completely with this tweet. And then Rod Ferguson says, how does deleting all their progress and making them start at the same time as everyone else give them an unfair advantage? And this is where people are pissed off, and brother, I have to say that they are right. They need to be pissed off about this shit. How the fuck does this guy that works in this company and apparently have been working in video games for like 20 or 30 fucking years doesn't understand how this is a massive advantage, brother? You have to be or an idiot to not know it, or you are being disingenuous and just ignoring the topic on purpose, brother. Because you have to know that this is an unfair advantage, brother. That we are going to, if you are going to a racetrack, brother, if you are a pilot in Formula 1, brother, and the other dude knows the track because he ran 100 fucking laps on the track, and you are going to the track for the first time, it doesn't matter if you are going to start at the same time. He has more experience on the track. He knows what the fuck he's doing. Obviously, he has an advantage. What the fuck kind of crap is this answer? And this is what is concerning, and this pisses me off. Not all the other bullshit. This one, well, the pay to win bullshit too, and I paid for the early access, and that is fucked up too. But how the fuck am I going to trust the future of this game that I am starting to create content for if one of the lead people of the team doesn't understand how this shit is a massive advantage, brother? It is so fucking stupid, my dude. So this dude says, thank you, Killer, sir. I'll delete all my progress in Path of Exile and we can have an Act 5 race. It's fair since we both start from level 1. And yes, he killed it with this tweet, brother. I agree completely. Because of course you are going to destroy him because he doesn't know shit about Path of Exile. Exactly, brother. And that is what is going to happen on the bullshit. There are some people saying it doesn't matter because the people that had access for that, maybe 1 or 2 are going for the race. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't exist in the first place. Even if one of those people make it to the top 1,000, it is already unfair, brother. And since these people know their business, or at least they should, I believe that the reason for him to say this is, well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons, because there is obviously the PR, review reasons, whatever, content creation, community, but one of the reasons is, if he recognizes that they had an advantage by playing the game in the review version that they had, he would have to recognize that playing the early access now that we are going to play 4 days before the official launch is also an advantage, and then he would have to recognize that the game is pay to win, at least for that particular event for Lilith, because before we said there is no leaderboard, there is no season, there is no pay to win, you are not racing for anything. But now there are people that are going to race for that shit. Yes, 99.9% of people don't give a fuck. But theoretically, for this particular competition, you can pay to have an advantage. So if he recognizes that having access to the review version is an advantage, he would have to recognize that the early access for the official game is also an advantage, and that is pay to win, and they don't want to do that because they promise once and once and once again that Diablo 4 is not going to be pay to win. And I really hope that, we have to be honest, we don't care that much about the event, that aside from the event, the game is not pay to win. We know this, and I hope it stays that way. But the problem in here is that this sets a bad precedent in terms of who has access to this review stuff, because this can happen in the future with the seasons, that they give access to the season mechanic to a group of people. This has connotations of what the developers think that is an advantage on what isn't an advantage, and there is a lot of stuff going on here. The soul meta game before the game is released, there is a lot of stuff to unpack here. I don't know, again, I don't care much about any of that stuff, but I do care about the developer of the game saying this, because it doesn't look good at all. And it leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth as a content creator to not have access to that stuff, and other content creators can. So it is like the rich gets richer. You already are known in the Diablo 4 community, then we give you these special events, and then you can get more views and more, and the small creators like me, where we are fucked in the ass and we have to work twice as hard, you know. But everything in life is like that. So that's just the way it is, as a popular streamer would say, you know. So yes, guys, let me know what you think about it. Again, I am not bothered about this. I don't really care. I am just going to have fun and play the game. But this thing right here, Rod Ferguson saying this, it just looks bad. It removes a little bit of hope for the future. Let's see what happens. But yes, let me know in the comments below what you think about this whole situation. Maybe this is a pretty long video, but I wanted to cover everything in just one video, brother. I didn't want to farm this in 3 videos talking about every single of these problems, because there are several problems related to this, and I wanted to unpack all of that in just one go. So guys, let me tell you what you think about all of this. I am interested. Let me know in the comments below. Remember that I am going to upload videos about Diablo 4 daily, brother. I am going to go hard starting today, brother. I am going to go really hard with the Diablo 4 content, brother. So subscribe to the channel, brother. Give a like to the video. And I am also going to stream on Twitch the game. I am going to play Druid on hardcore. Brother, give me a follow on Twitch. The link is down in the description. We are going to go hard on YouTube, on Twitch, and we are going to do this stuff. Thanks for being here. You are fucking awesome. God bless ya. And remember, as the great Billy said, this is just a ride.